Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Coins and a Cigar. On a Find It Friday edition, we are going to go through $135 in coins, $100 in quarters, $25 in dollar coins, $5 in dimes, $4 in nickels, and $1 in pennies. Looking, of course, for varieties, for heirs, for not intended for circulation coins. Looking, of course, for silver in the quarters, dimes, and the nickels. Looking for any varieties in the pennies, which there are so many. And, of course, wheat pennies would always be fun to find, especially any of the rare wheat pennies. I'm going to go ahead and and if you notice, there's no cigar today because I looked in my humidor and I realized that all of the cigars I have in my humidor are cigars that I have already promoted. So I guess I need to make a trip to the local cigar lounge. Shout out to Smoke Rings here in Merritt Island. They are my cigar supplier. I don't buy online. I shop local every chance I can. And I encourage all of you to try to support your local businesses as well. All right, let me set up the tripod and let's start with the hunt. All right, definitely going to start with the dimes. The reason I like to start with the dimes is because there's really not much to look for other than some rare varieties that you can find that I will scope off camera with my Tumlo scope. But looking, of course, for any silver, which would be really nice. Don't see anything offhand. This one landed kind of funny. Take a look. It's a 2012. Just beat up. All right, not seeing anything silvery. I will go through and see if there are any varieties. The 1982, it's a 2024, 1982 no mint mark proof coin is certainly a dime that you want to find. It's a 2025, I think. Yep, 2025. All right, no mercury dimes, nothing super exciting there. I'll go ahead and pull them to the side and then go through them on a later. But now, let's move on to the dollar coins. Sorry, so I scraped all the dimes down. They all fell on the floor, so I had to pause the camera so you don't have to hear the big clank. Just to kind of give you some updates, 140 rolls of quarters that we have found so far. We have found 2 silver. We have found 4 W's. 4 of the West Point mint marks. 2019, we found the Lowell and the Salt River Bay, and 2 of the American Samoas. For varieties, 2 of the Delaware Spitting Horses, 2 of the Crossing the Delaware Die Chip Airs, although, like I said, they're very minor. It's one of those, not a whole lot of value to them, but they are, in fact, varieties. That's what I'm looking for. And that American Samoa, we found that blind bat. So, let's take a look at the dollar coins. I pushed a video the other day of went into the bank and somebody had just turned $150 in dollar coins. I went through them. Pretty neat to find. I didn't find it. I found 2 1979p wide rims. Wow. It's a nice John Adams right there. Let me kind of go through and see what I can find. I don't see anything offhand. So let me stop and go through and see what I can find. There's a Native American coin. All right, let's see what I can find. All right, went through there, found 3 Native Americans. These are all 2000p Sacagaweas, no Speared Eagle and no Cheerio. 1979p Susan B. Anthony's, none of which are the wide rims. A bunch of presidential ones, and almost like all of these are all John Adams's, and they're all in really good condition. So, like really shiny, really nice. So let me set those aside. Also found a 2002D and a 2004D Sacagawea. Now, 2002 and 2004, I actually had to look them up because I'd never really seen that age. And I guess they were only for mint sets or only for collectors. They weren't actually released into circulation. So they are NISCs. And, 2002 is not too bad. The 2004D is also not too bad. So I'm going to hold on to them because, that's pretty neat to find some NISCs in there. I'm going to pull them up to the side. The other ones I'll stack up, and then we're going to move on quickly to the nickels and see what we can find. All right, certainly looking for silver, buffaloes, anything that we can find in these nickels. This is kind of an older looking one, 1961. 1961. in really bad shape. We'll set that one aside. Don't see anything else offhand. Another older looking one. 1950? 1955. 1955 Denver. All right, we'll set that one aside. Let me go through and sort them all out. All right, still sorting through. Again, found some more older ones here. 64, 61, 54, I think. But then I found this, 1939. Not too bad. I mean, the back is obviously not full steps. 1959 out of Denver, or 1939 rather, out of Denver. So definitely put that up on top, and I'll finish up. All right, nothing else in there. The 1939, right down here, was the oldest. I'm going to set that aside. These are older ones too. I'm going to set aside as well and go through them later to see if maybe there's any varieties or errors going on with them. But I want to get into the next roll real quick. Already at 6 minutes and need to get up into the quarters. So hopefully you guys are sticking around. Please like and subscribe. I do love what I'm doing. Hopefully I'm helping everybody and learning the things that you can find. Well, I've got a Canadian. That's not very nice. 1974 Canadian. Fine, we'll put that up on the pile. And let's see what else I can find. That's an older looking one right there. Nope, it's not old. It's just in bad condition. All right, bring it right back. All right, 1941 nickel was also in that pile. I'll put that up there. And I did find two of the 2005 Buffalo nickels. There are no errors that I could see. There are a speared arrow that you can run through them, but not that I'm seeing, but not too bad. I will also set them aside, and we're going to move on to pennies. Somebody messaged me and says, why do you tear my wrappers? Well, because I throw them in the trash. The reason being is because I don't want this belief that I am keeping the wrappers. Wow, 2001, that's really pretty. And like repacking the wrappers with rolls that I found so that I could, find things magically. No, these are as is, as I find them. I throw away the wrappers. Another 2001. Wow, that's really pretty. 2000. And really good condition pennies here. So let me go through. Oh, Canadian. This must be a Canadian day. All right, Canadian 1996. All right, with the late Queen Elizabeth on there. There is one you can find, I think it's not this era, I think it's in the 50s era where it doesn't have that strap on her shoulder. Put it up there. Let me go through. All right, all of those, only 3 of them were copper. One of them, I just got the life scared out of me. I thought maybe I had found the big one. Hold on. So what I found was a 1983 Denver. And when I put it on the scale, originally it weighed 3.2 grams. And I was about to lose my mind going, oh my God, I found a 1983 copper. Then I realized I didn't calibrate the scale. So I had to reset it and put it back up there. And then now it weighs 2.6 grams. So, man, that would have scared me. It's a bad looking penny, but a 1983D, the 3.1 would have been a great find, but nope, it's not. So, let's go back to the next roll. If I can open it. All right, let's see if I can find a Canadian. That looks like a copper one right there. 1968. Wow, some more very pretty. Look at that. That's a 1994. 1994. That's really nice. Wow. All right, I'm going to have to set that up there. What is that? $1995. That's also beautiful. All right, another copper penny, 1965. That's a 2022. Well, it definitely looked like there's more copper in here. That was 1964 Denver. All right, let me go through it all and see what I can find. Yeah, definitely more copper. You can kind of tell the copper ones. There's a copper, there's a copper, there's a copper. They just have a different look than the zinc ones. Like this, I could tell was not copper. It's just have a different hue to it. It's a 1990. 2016, also another very nice one. All right, let me see what I can find. Well, I didn't realize, I said this one looks a little coppery. Flipped it over. It's a wheat penny. 1944 wheat penny. I will definitely put that up there because Wheaties are always nice to find. Now, I'm intrigued to see if there are any more. All right, let me bring it back, see what I can find. Maybe right there? No. Copper there? No. All right, let me see. All right, definitely way more copper in there than the previous roll. Found this also in 1970S penny, and I want to take a look at it. When I wanted to take a look at it, it looked awkward, but it's not. I thought maybe there was a DDO on it. So for the copper jar, we're going to move on to quarters. All right, first roll, I got 7 of them that are bank wrapped, 3 of them that are customer wrapped. I actually have a new bank now, Launch Credit Union. They were very generous with giving me some rolls, but they said it's hard for them to find bank wrapped rolls because they don't really have a contract with Loomis or anything. I even tried to get a box of coins, a box of nickels or quarters or something, and they said they can't really help me out. So, all right, don't see anything silvery there. What is this? Oh, look at that. That just looked different. And that is a 1963. That will be silver. Wow. I mean, people talk about the color and the, rainbowing. I mean, this just looks pretty rough, but look at there, 6.2 grams, just the way it should be, 1963. So found a silver. Very, very nice. Very cool. All right, what else can we find? What is that? Hawaii volcano of 2012. I don't think I've ever seen a Hawaii volcano quarter. Wow, nice. All right. I mean, it's not unique or a variety, but here in sunny Florida, probably a Denver mint, yeah. To get a Hawaii volcano quarter, that's pretty cool. I'll put that up on the pile. Now I'm intrigued to go through the rest of it. Oh, look at this. Got a notch taken out of it. All right, let me bring you right back. All right, one West Point opportunity. 2019 American Memorial, and it is Philadelphia. Got a crossing the Delaware. Looking to see for that air, and it is not. And a potential Delaware spitting horse with some gunk on it. Oh, I just tried to scrape it off, but it is not the spitting horse. Let's move on to the next one. Throw that roll in the trash. Move on to the next one. We'll do it right here. Not seeing or hearing anything that sounds silver. So, here's one of the new semi-quincentennials. They're obviously getting into the rolls now. All right, let me see what I can find. All right, 3 potential West Pointers, 2 of the crossing the Delawares, and then a Kansas coin. And there is an error you can find on the Kansas coin. And I realized in the past, I have actually found one. It is the In God We Rust error. And I don't have it on my list. So I actually went through in my collection and found it and was like, okay, now I'm going to have to add that to the list. But as I look at this one on the screen, take a ride with me. It's almost an In God We Rust. The T is visible, but it's definitely lighter than the rest. But I know we have found an In God We Rust. And I went through and found it. And so I'm going to add that one to the list. Now, check the Crossing the Delawares real quick. No. No. And some potential West Pointers. Philadelphia. Philadelphia. Denver. Philadelphia. I was right the first time. Denver. All right. Last customer wrap roll. Where's that? Right there. No. Potential air for that. Looking for that extra leaf. Don't see anything else. So, let me go through and sort them out. All right. Potential West Pointer. Potential air coins. And then in that pile was this beautiful 2005 Denver, West Virginia. Whoever was working the mint that day, man, they were on it. It's not a variety. It's not an air, but it's just really well struck coin. West by God, Virginia, for those Virginians. Fellow euchre players, as am I. All right, let's take a look at this. It is Philadelphia. Air coin possibility, Delaware. No, no, no. Looking for that extra leaf, and no. So, I'm actually going to set that one up there. That might be an upgrader for the old book. All right, into the customer wrap rolls we go. Or not customer wrapped, bank wrapped, Loomis or whomever. I'm actually getting better at opening these up. All right, not seeing anything. What is this right here? Oh, it's really nice Yovita Hidar. This is probably also one. Wow. Another well-struck coin. Philadelphia. All right, let me take a look. All right, 4 potential West Pointers, 2 air coins. Let's take a look. That is a Philadelphia. This is a Philadelphia. Philadelphia, and finally Philadelphia. All right, die break air on Crossing the Delaware. No, no, no. And this is the Alaska quarter. We're looking for that 6 claws. No, only has 5. Grrr. All right, next roll. I'll open them up together. Now that I just said, I'm really getting really good at opening these up. And now, of course, I probably will mess it up. Whoa, look at there. 2 in a row, baby. All right. I don't see anything silvery. This one's a little beat up. Just beat up. All right, let me take a look. All right, potential West Pointer, and it is a Philly. 2 potential die breaks for that. Crossing the Delaware, no. No. And no. All right, next roll. I just said I got real good at opening these, and I knew it wasn't gonna last. Oh, maybe. No. All right. Anything silver? Anything standing up? No. Oh, what's this? Probably Jovita Hidar. They seem to be really well compressed. No. Tuskegee Airmen. All right, let me go through and see what I can find. All right, potential West Pointer. And one more Crossing the Delaware. And no, no, no. No. Next roll. Remember to please subscribe. Again, I'm obviously just like anybody else trying to grow the channel and not knock my camera over like I just did. No. All right, there you go. That should be your cue to subscribe, because I clearly am struggling with even keeping the camera pointed up. All right, another well-struck coin, but not silver. All right, let me go through and see what I can find. Nothing immediately standing out as potential. There's potential West Pointer. Pow, Philadelphia. Nope. 2023. No. All right, let's see what I can find. All right, just the West Pointer we already looked at, which we know is not. And a really nice 1972. But no varieties there. I'll set it aside. I'll probably use it to upgrade the book. So, all right, moving on. Again, I'll get back on my little tangent. Please make sure you subscribe, share. I do have a Whatnot page. If you go onto Whatnot and use my information on Whatnot/invite/coins and a cigar, you actually get $25 to shop, which is on Whatnot. You can do pretty well for $25. You can get some silver coins, or get some silver, or anything else. You can get a whole box of wheat pennies for 25 bucks if you want to. 1967. That weighs what it's supposed to. All right, let me go through it. Wow, not even a West Point sweat there. Just two of the Alaska ones. 5 claws. 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 claws. All right, one more roll. Let's see what we can find. Hopefully we can find something super exciting. I think we've done all right so far. Going back on my tangent, again, Whatnot. You can find, I do have stuff in inventory there. I do have other items. I have slabbed coins and silver and some gold and stuff that you can find. I have rolls and rolls and rolls of the new semi-quinticentennial. I have rolls of the 4th of July coins that do not have the privy, but the coins themselves are in beautiful condition. All I did was open up the roll, look for the privy mark with gloves, and then put them right back into a roll. So you can consider them brilliant uncirculated. So I have those for sale if anybody wants to buy them, because if anybody wants to just get their hands on one of those coins, not the privy mark ones. All right, let's see what we can find. I don't know if you guys noticed this one in the pile as I was sorting through it, but it's orange. I don't know what the orange is from. It's definitely wonky looking. Hope it's not toxic. Another semi-quinticentennial. We can go through these together. Oh, finally found a bicentennial. That is a Philadelphia. Wow. These coins have seen their days. No. There's a bear one. West Point. West Point opportunity. There was not. Another West Point opportunity. Another West Point opportunity. Look how they're all obverse or reverse side down, so I don't. Or there's another West Point opportunity. Another West Point opportunity. And some scrungy ones. All right. Let's take a look. West Point. That's a P. Denver. Philadelphia. Philadelphia, I think. Nope, Denver. Not even close. And and Denver. Bicentennial, we'll keep that one. I always keep them up, wrap them up. And that Alaska Bear has 5 claws, and Great Land looks intact. So what did we find? We found a Bicentennial. We found a very beautiful West Virginia, West by God Virginia coin. That's just really well pressed. We found Hawaiian Islands, Hawaiian volcano coin, a coin I have never found before, so I'll definitely keep it because it'll probably need to go in the book. We did get silver, 1963 silver quarter, a wheat penny, 2 really nice, one's 1994, one's a 1995 pennies that are in really nice condition, red-brown. 2 Canadians, a Canadian penny and a Canadian nickel, 1939 and a 1941 nickel, and 2 NIFCs, a 2002 and a 2004 Denver Sacagawea. Thanks for watching. I enjoy what I do, and people ask me why I do it, because the object is to allow people to see what they can find in their everyday change. I just went to the bank and asked for some bank rolls or what they have. This is what I have found. They may have extra value beyond what there is. Certainly the silver does, maybe the wheat penny as well. If I decide to maybe take a look and get those upgraded. I do have coins that I have submitted to PCGS. I have 3 separate orders that are being processed. One I submitted in March, and I'm still waiting on. I'm really excited about that one. One coin in particular, it's a 2007 Thomas Jefferson dollar coin, missing the complete back layer of that coin. It's supposed to weigh like 8 point something. Yeah, it's supposed to weigh 8.1, and it only weighs 5.7 grams. So it's like almost a third of the coin is gone. It's pretty neat. I'm pretty excited about that. I really hope that they give me that. The back layer is just copper. Right? I'm really hoping I get a good designation on that. I have yet to find anything like that online, so I don't know if maybe this coin will be the first. So waiting on PCGS to let me know. Love you guys. Appreciate you guys. Please like and subscribe. Sorry for the length of the videos, but I hope you guys stick around long enough to the end. And like and subscribe. And I do have one quick note. I'm waiting on a package of a mystery pack that I will open. I think I spent $60 on it, $59 or something on it. When that arrives, I'm going to do an unveiling of that to see whether or not I actually made money. Guaranteed. It's supposed to have gold and silver, slabbed coins, etc. So watch out for that video. Love you guys. Happy hunting. Peace and love.